So does that mean that the business community is aware of the of what the sanctions are?
That have already been put in place?
No, the ones that are potentially coming.
We don't discuss with anyone outside of the government what sanctions might be coming for obvious reasons in the future. What I've said in our discussions, we've talked to the business community about what we've already put in place and our overall strategic goal for how we decide on sanctions.
Well, that doesn't seem to make, if you're trying to minimize the impact on American companies, it would seem to be it would not seem to make sense not to tell them what you're thinking about.
There's plenty of people inside this government that do the calculations about minimizing the risk to our companies and our economy. Obviously, there are good reasons not to tell people outside of the government what sanctions might be coming, because if someone were to find out they might be coming, they could take steps to move their assets around. So that's why we keep that private and internal. But we have the discussions with the business community in general about this issue.
No. I'm not talking about sanctions that you would impose on Russian individuals, but sectoral sanctions that might limit U.S. companies' ability to do business in Russia.
Well, we talk in general about the concept and how it might impact our economy. That's certainly true, but we don't specifically talk about new sanctions that might be coming specifically in terms of what individuals or what companies with folks outside of the government.
It's my understanding that some of the sanctions that are in the, ready
pipeline.
to go, if and when a decision made, would impact U.S. companies doing business in Russia.
We're considering a wide range of sanctions and don't have any comment on the specifics of what they might impact.
Okay, I'm not even talking about the specifics. But if you don't consult with businesses,
we're consulting with them, obviously, in general about the concept, Matt. But there are very good reasons not to tell people outside of the government what specific sanctions we're going to put in place.
Well, then I don't see how that minimizes the
There are a lot of people inside this government who can do very good calculations about how potential sanctions might impact U.S. companies or the U.S. economy. And they do those calculations, and we take them into account when we're deciding what additional sanctions to put in place.
Right. Well, yeah, but who knows better how a specific sanction is going to affect a U.S. company than that company itself?
Well, again, we have people who are very good at looking at that inside the Department of the Treasury. And we have good reasons not to discuss specifics with people outside.
Well, sure
do you want Russian oligarchs moving assets around because they might accidentally find out it's coming?
No. I'm not talking about. No, I'm not talking about the impact on Russians or telling them that, person X in Russia is going to be affected. But if there are sanctions that are going to impact the U.S. companies' ability to do business in Russia, which I am led to believe there are in the pipeline, it strikes me as a bit unusual that you wouldn't talk to the companies about what could possibly be coming so that they could protect themselves.
We talk in general about what possibly might be coming.
But it's just saying that there are people in the government who know. You're suggesting that people in the government know better.
I'm not saying that, Matt. Look, you're taking us down a rabbit hole here.
I don't want to, especially today.
But you are. But wait, let me finish up with one point. We talk to them in general. I just read a bunch of sectors, right? We talk to them in general about what those might look like and how they might impact the American economy and American companies. Those discussions can be very robust without saying, on X date, we're going to sanction X company. Because there are very good reasons we don't give that information out to people. But we have very robust discussions about ways to minimize the impact. We really do.
Okay.
Yes.